Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome to Rusty Ways Gravel, and welcome back to Braemar. It is the weekend after all the July heat waves, so the weather's returned to normal, so it's overcast, raining, and a perfect day to finish some unfinished business I have with the area. Last year I attempted to go from Braemar to Aviemore over Glen Builg and the Fords of Arn, and it wasn't so great. Had a bit of a tricky time with it, managed it, but it wasn't a successful gravel ride. So today I'm back and taking on some feedback from some of you guys. We're going to go again from Braemar to Aviemore via Tomintoul.
Today's 81km route will start once again in Braemar and follow the River Dee past Braemar Castle before leaving the road for the trails beside Craigleek. We will climb out of the Dee Valley and head towards Bianchi, or the Red Pass. Once over the pass, it's down to Loch Builg and into Glen Arn, out to Tomintoul for a lunch stop. After lunch, we leave Tomintoul and pass through Glen Brown, past Dorback Lodge and into the Braes of Abernethy and the pass of Aviemore. Once over that pass, it's a skip along the edge of Abernethy Forest, past Rivo and Bothy and down to Loch Morlich. We then end the ride through Rothimercus and into Aviemore.
So I'm expecting all day to do this really. It's 80 kilometres, we'll hopefully stop for lunch in Tomintoul, but we'll see how we get on. First thing we need to do is get out of here and get ourselves on the road and start climbing our first climb of the day. Let's go. Right, we've done the road work out to Braemar now. We're just behind Braemar Castle, I think. And now we're going to go up Bianchi, or the Red Pass, which is a 7km climb, I think. The main climb of the day anyway. And that'll get us into Glen Builg, which should be a lovely sort of flowy glen into Tomintoul. So I guess what we've got to do then is just get ourselves up this hill, see what it's all about. Let's go. Been a good ride so far actually, just up this little hill here. Although that track there, that looks nice. I'm not sure why I missed that when I was doing the planning. But that one was just as good. A couple of deer gates to look out for, but you can just get round them. No climbing or bike lifting required. Excellent, let's keep going. All memories of the recent heat waves totally gone. Welcome back to the Scottish mountains. We're really in the cloud now. Still got a few hundred meters of climbing to go, I think. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to get much from the top. I was going to put the drone up when I got there, but there's nothing to see here. Oh well, let's keep plodding on. This track though, this track is very good. Nice track to cycle on. Shame about the weather. So you join me pushing up a 17% gradient. My bike feels so heavy today. Got a few bits and bobs extra on it because I'm going into the middle of nowhere. But also this track is very sandy, quite deep sand, along with the granite pebbles. So I just can't seem to get any decent traction, even if I could climb a 17% gradient. But yeah, walking it is. Well everyone, welcome to the stunning views of Bianchi. I had great plans. There's a There's like a Munro just there. I was going to fly the drone over. I was going to do a cool drone shot coming down. I mean, the thought was there for you guys, but unfortunately the weather has not turned up today. So bask in the glory of the misty goodness. Right, let's get down below this cloud and get into Glen Builg. Here we are then at the top end of Loch Builg in Glen Builg. So called because it means bag shaped, apparently. Bit of single track to deal with now before we get back onto the estate tracks. So let's see how we get on, shall we? So as I'm going along this single track, I'm having a little think about how this compares to my last efforts to get to Aviemore. And I think, well, bearing in mind when I did the last one it was October, having just rained quite a bit, and this one I'm doing after the hottest, driest period since whatever records began or something. So slightly different terrain conditions, but so far this one is way more suited for a gravel bike. Everything's been rideable so far. That's the end of the loch. We're now into Glen Avon or Glen Arn. Pronunciation there. So that was lovely actually, from the summit of the pass, the Red Pass, all the way down past the bothy. Excellent track. Even climbing up to it was good. This single track here, a little bit technical but perfectly doable. Nothing too mad on there at all. And here we are, just alone, just me and the loch. Oh, it's good. It's good to be out here. This is a great route. Absolutely great route. Much better than that last one I did. To Aviemore. This is the way to do it. Cool. All right then, let's keep going. Quite lucky with the river crossings today, I think. That was nice and low. Kind of worried I might have to go up that climb there. I hope not. That looks a bit brutal. I think that bridge down there and that glen, that's Glen Arn, which goes over to the fords of Arn and the bothy from my last ride. I often thought about cutting across from here to there, but knowing what it's like on the other side, I don't think I'll ever bother. This side is the way to be. now we're cooking. Look at this. So we're just pausing here at Queen Victoria's viewpoint, looking down Glen Builg, and it says Queen Victoria made her first great expedition from Balmoral through Glenfeshie to Grantown, returning by Tomintoul and Glen Builg on the second day, 5th of September 1860. Her diary records, "We came upon a beautiful view looking down upon the Arn and up a fine glen. There we rested and took luncheon." Excellent diary records there. They weren't very emotive back in the day, were they? But this view though, excellent. You've joined me in some kind of metal viewpoint with terrible acoustics. Just had lunch at Tomintoul and look at that view. So we're about halfway, I think. We've got 41.4 k's to go. We've done 39.4, so pretty much halfway. And I think the second half is going to be about wet feet as we head to the Braes of Abernethy. But that first half was excellent. Really good route that. The climb up wasn't too bad, but the descent down was lovely. A lovely way to go. Highly recommend that bit to Tomintoul. But what have we got next? Some cyclists just came by there while I was faffing and they just said, "Good luck." What does that mean? What's coming? Also, those clouds, they don't look very nice. So we've just descended down into the Burn of Brown sort of valley. It's a bit of a grassy single track, and I think we've got a few crossings to do. So let's get on and get some wet feet. Got half a tree in my gears. Look at that. Get out. Well, this place is crazy. Since it's so dry, I'm just going to walk up the dry river and bypass all those trees that I assume I have to walk through otherwise. But yeah, this is crazy here. Slightly less rideable, I would say, than anywhere else I've been today. Get a bit more wild, a bit more rugged. So we've left the dense trees. I would say if it's any kind of rain, you're going to have a horrible time here. Luckily it's pretty dry, but yeah, I would not want to do this after a lot of rain or in the winter. That's the last water crossing, I think, for this particular valley. Not too bad like I was saying today, but yeah, in the winter, not so good. Right, that is where we're going next. Upwards. So I think these are the Braes of Abernethy. These little hills, rolling hills, heather-clad rolling hills. They are nice. This track is not too bad. Now I'm back on a track after being through that little burn. But look, bit of a climb. Kind of looking forward to when I get to the top, to the pass. And then we might be able to do some bit of descending. That would be nice. But this is lovely. A bit rougher than the morning. This is the more remote feeling part of the route anyway, for sure. Some bits are a bit tough for a gravel bike, but we're still going, so that's good. Alright, we made it to the Dorback Burn. Not as deep as I guess it could be, that's the heat wave for you. But one thing I was looking out for when I was researching this is this rock just here. That rock with the quartzite in it apparently is the marker for the best place to cross. So I don't think I need to worry about it today, but if you're coming, look out for that rock and that quartzite through it. That's the crossing point. Okay, now I think we're going to climb up and over Aviemore. This could be a bit rough, this bit. I think the trail sort of dies out as well. So let's get rugged. This single track, it's all right again, as is the theme of this ride. It's very dry. It's very dry here, so I'm doing all right. But again, if it was wet, this could be a problem. That looks pretty hectic. I think you're going to go on the chesty cam. I don't want to get you lost on a tree. Let's see what this is all about then. Oh, I hope the chesty cam got that. That was lovely through there. Couldn't see where I was going. You just had to guess what you thought was the path because it's so overgrown, but that was excellent. I think that was the River Nethy that we just crossed there. Again, look out for that after rain, but today, dry as a bone. Barely even got my toes wet. Right. I wonder how many ticks I've got on my legs now. This is the River Nethy. Ah, that feels more like a river. This one's the River Nethy. The other one was, I don't know what that was, something else. Quite a bit deeper, this one. Right, let's get wet feet. Okay, we've crossed the river. Wasn't entirely clear where the path was, that where I crossed. Bit of bushwhacking required, but we're back on track. That was just over knee height after having no rain for a couple of weeks. So that river will be a nightmare after any kind of rainfall. Here we are, Revoen Bothy in the Revoen Pass. Nice little shelter. So over there, that's where I came down last time, from up there in those hills. And this time, much nicer ride from this way. So we'll go now again past the Fairy Glen and the Fairy Pool and make our way back to Aviemore. So far, an excellent day. Oh, it's quite a lot rougher. These are great family-friendly trails through here. If you don't want to go for a massive expedition up into the hills, coming around this is great. Oh, and we're done. We are at the lock side. We've completed our loop. Stats below. The there's a little bit low, there's like 12k to go back to Aviemore, but I'm not going to bother filming that because it's pretty much the same as this. So I'm just going to enjoy that by myself. But look at this, Loch Morlich, we made it. Well, how would I compare this to the one I did last year? 100% better. The feedback was correct, that today was the better way. Going from Braemar to Tomintoul was lovely, apart from the cloud and the rain. That was perfectly gravelable along there. Some steep ramps, a bit punchy, but you get over it, it's alright. And then Tomintoul to here, I would say it was the more remote half. Definitely a bit more extreme. I had to push a few places, and some of the single track might get a bit gnarly, but it was brilliant. Loved every single second of today. What a great ride. Ah, yes, good. Any recommendations? Weather. As always, watch out for the weather when you're out here. You are in the middle of nowhere, there's no phone signal. There's deep river crossings, potential for, I don't know, blizzards even if you're coming in the winter. So yeah, be very careful if you're coming along this route. Don't just think it's a normal gravel loop. You are going to the middle of nowhere. But other than that, it's great. Enjoy it. Come out here. Come and do that ride. Amazing. I need to find a way back to Braemar now, I guess, so I can make a loop out of it. At the moment as it is, I'm going to stick around here and have a bit of a holiday. So yeah, watch this space. More videos to come. Thanks for watching, everyone. Like, comment, subscribe, buy the coffees, all the usual things. And I will see you on the next ride. See you later, everyone.